we'll see as we get into the opening game one of this finals, determine who's going to be going to DreamLeague and who's going to be left behind. North America matchup that we're probably going to be seeing a lot this year. Shopify Rebellion versus Nouns. We got the early smoke up just to see if we can get any superior vision down. Maybe a first blood somewhere in here. Who are you backing, by the way, in this? Like, who do you feel like is actually the stronger team, knowing that like Nouns won that last qualifier matchup against Shopify?
I mean, going into this game one, I feel like Shopify have a bit more momentum, but I think it's very close, like 55-45.
Oh, this is not looking good for Nouns. They are completely sandwiched. They get hit by multiple fire spirits. So guaranteed first blood, if not a second or third kill. And it's probably just going to be Fly here as the other two cores do manage to slip away. That was for a second there looking like the Saberlight was going to go unnoticed and hit some sort of monster stomp. But
yeah, I thought it was going to get 3 to 4.
Yeah, that's what it was looking like. That's for sure.
That's a rough start, though, because that is a lot of gold into multiple lanes here, right? Like, normally, okay, you give first blood to Yopaj, you're going to be sad, but this is just golden XP for everybody, and I think they're going to get 3 runes on top of it.
Yep, they are.
Okay, you're going into game one, you're down 1,000 gold in the lanes. Arteezy got a free Wraith Band. The Techie's got a free Boots, if he wants it, whatever he wants, and a D-Ward on top of it. My God, they're already dead. Just stop. How much damage can you do before the game even starts? Literally a 1k gold advantage.
Yeah, they're actually
over 1,000 actually.
Yeah, 1,100. They're up 1,100 right now.
Win rate already 56%. Already a 10% swing before they saw a creep. Well, that is an objectively bad start for Nouns. However, you know, what are starts but ephemeral, I don't know, starts in the wind. I couldn't come up with anything. They're starts for a reason, you know, they go away very quickly. That's what I was trying to say.
All starts are candles in the wind.
Yes, that's what I was going for. Good old classic rock song, but you know, they go away very quickly, so especially in North America. Starts
or they could turn into a firestorm. That's the other part about a candle in the wind. True. Sometimes the wind is helpful in spreading the fire.
Well, we'll see which it is, as Nouns are gonna have to battle against 3 losing lanes right off the bat. I don't know if their lineup really wanted to be in this position either. I think generally when you have heroes like Lich in particular, this hero really wants to have like a good first 2 to 3 minutes, you know, abuse Frost Blast strength on the levels 1 through 3, maybe get a kill, maybe trade for the core, put your carry in a solid position. This hero plays from behind. I never enjoyed it. It just feels bad because you're just nuking heroes that have extra gold to do about regen. Like the old course down here with double mango, boots, and 2 stacks of tangos. If you're Fly, you even want to nuke this guy? It just feels off.
I mean, Fly's already out of mana. He's had to ferry in a Clarity, so he'll get a little bit more to work with. But yeah, you're right. In a matchup that can go pretty differently, right? This like Centaur versus Ursa is not the easiest because Centaur starts off with no armor. And then on top of that, you can interrupt Techies when he goes for that kind of blast off if you're the Lich. But in that situation, Fly not there in time. But he can Sinister Gaze to pull the Techies out of that blast off and make it so it doesn't go off at all.
And if you have the regen, you can play aggressively. But they're still on the back foot in this safe lane right now. And it's going to be a free Helm for Saberlight. And once he has Helm up, it's basically untouchable. I think it's just too much armor for Yuma to burst through. And all these little trades are going to force more regen out of the Ursa as well, which is not where he wants to be as the salve comes out already. So economic damage done here. And offlane for Nouns, not really going much better as Gunner is just getting his economy destroyed by Artor early.
I mean, frankly, I'm not surprised by this at all. I just cannot imagine a world where Ember versus Troll in a side lane matchup is any good for him.
No. I mean, not a lot of heroes are good versus Troll, to be fair. The hero general, I almost expect, especially Arteezy Troll, to win versus just about anything, unless it's like a cheese lane.
Dive forward, Gunner gonna be slowed down and chased down by Arteezy. Kitrak's the one to take the last hit from the Fire Spirits, but either way, they get the kill on the core while the creeps are dying under towers. So just further experience problems for again, side lane Ember Spirit, so you're already going to have some experience problems to begin with.
At least mid's going well, you know? Stormstormer taking it to Yopaj has a bit of a CS advantage, doing very well in terms of his individual economy. And that is a good sign because he can draw some of these side lane skirmishes back. Like, you have high early game damage nukes on the side of Nouns. That's one thing their draft has going for them. You have some Searing Chains, some Orbs, some Hoodwink spells, some Lich spells. There's a lot of nuke damage. You can get some support kills if you make rotations, if you want to commit for it. So the stronger your puck is, he can drag you back in some of these fights, counterplay the Storm, especially if he gets power runes. I think now if you're Nouns, you really have to think about committing for the 6-minute rune for your puck and not give it to Yopaj here. It's just going to shut down your aggressive potential completely. And these side lanes they're hurting right now.
I was thinking the same thing, just all in on the power rune, because if you can get the right rune for puck, he, because of the low cooldown on his spells, you could play just active enough to offset all of these side lane troubles, but get Saberlight a little bit low, but as you said, he already has the helm, so it is very unlikely they're ever going to be able to bring him down. In fact, Theo Lacour thinking about going for that blast off fly, waiting, is able to interrupt it if needed, but he doesn't go for it. No need to, really. Just keep Yuma down and away from a lot of this CS. That's good enough. Stomp does land. Yeah, just gonna go for the right clicks, and that's more than enough.
They're just wearing through the regen. He just doesn't want to buy more salves or tangles on this Ursa. It kills his item progression. Even the raindrop's just getting burnt out here. More economic damage as both side lanes continue to go Shopify's way, but that lead has opened up mid. And Stormstormer is going to get 6 first. Instead, it'll be the rotation top to try and catch Artor. Huge kill if they can grab it.
Yeah, and the extra bit of damage is no, the neutral creep denied. Gets there in time. Arteezy draws the aggro onto himself, waking up those ogres. Good work.
Dead? Oh, he dodged the grenade.
Yeah, he did.
Actually,
and now it's going to be Kitcherak who dies instead. So really big rotation from Nouns, just what they needed. Now 6-minute rune is coming up, and they will not get it. It's going to be Yopaj with the regen rune. This is the worst thing they could have done, as they do manage to get that kill on bottom, but back over to top. The Storm Spirit makes the zip down to chase down Gunner, and still has the regen rune to fill himself back up.
Almost an amazing rotation for Nouns there, as Fly just makes the gate move. If they get Arteezy off that, it's 100% worth it. Instead, it kind of ends up being an even draw. Maybe not too sad about it, since this lane wasn't going well anyway.
Nice read by
some time for Yuma.
They successfully scanned, but so too does Shopify here in Yopaj. I mean, he has his regen going. I wouldn't be surprised if he just kind of went in there and saw what he could. Instead, he's going to be bumping into a smoke here. This could be big if they actually manage to have enough nukes to bring him down. Stormstormer holding on to the silence until the leash wears out. And then they have Leela still ready to go with the bushwhack. Nails him, but the regen, it's not enough. The clap comes in. Just an extra little helping hand. Stormstormer will finally get that kill on Yopaj.
Man, what a heads-up smoke. I don't know if they exactly predicted that's where Yopaj was going to end up, but that is a beautiful place to be. Catch the regen storm at the end of it. And that is exactly what you want on the map right now. Momentum for your puck. Shut down the storm. He's going to have to TP out from base, which should open up another play for Stormstormer if he wants it. This next coil in 35. An extra XP for Yuma, who is suffering right now because he just can't stand on the lane. It's Ursa.
Big dive mid, Fly does have stick charges. That'll be enough for... Oh, never mind. Thought Stormstormer was going to be there for at least a little bit of punish, but the silence just came a half a second too late.
Fly he's gonna have one of those Lich games that I think we're all familiar with, where you don't get boots for 20 minutes and you question every decision you ever made in your life, but sometimes that's what the Lich gives, you know.
Another 50-50 loss. Yopaj claims a second power rune while they get the kill on Alilas in this bottom lane. This bottom is completely abandoned at this point. I'm not sure if even Alilas is going to come back as the hoodwink to try and occupy this lane.
No, you were just food down here. Saberlight's start was way too good to challenge. Support's taking advantage of it, and I mean the whole time this is happening, Artor just gets to sit top. He's just loving life. He's getting free solo lane XP as a troll. This Ember cannot contest him on his own, so he is the threat up here.
Pop the Stampede Yeah, a little awkward timing there, right as the bushwhack lands. But there is this rotation coming in from Stormer.
Yeah, it's a big one.
On the 2 supports, managed to get the coil onto 2. The orb not following it up though. Doesn't opt for that. Instead, has to jump away. Yopaj is going to try and hunt him down with this double damage. But Gunnar managed to hit the slight chains to keep him at base. The Supernova maybe popped a little bit early there, but they're still going to chase after Gunnar. Lelis is going to try and stop Yopaj, but the damage comes too quick. Thanks to the DD, or amplified damage, I should say.
Stormer just can't find the reinitiation. Still pretty high resources here for the puck, but Yopaj got the runes. So far, they've been working for him.
Yeah, now he's got double bounty runes to refill his bottle, too.
These Shopify cores loving the net worth right now, as they're all coming online. And it's going to be catch-up duty for Yuma, as he's just killing wolves in the jungle. World of Warcraft style for him.
And Saberlight's going to be taking down towers. Gunnar and Saberlight going to fight over it. Saberlight with the stun will be able to get a good read on the retaliate, being just enough damage to get the kill.
That means he's had the best laning phase of everybody here. Benefit of that early re-rune battle, just propelling him to a fast helm. Unstoppable on the Centaur. And just gonna go second item blink, ramp up the aggression. Talked about the initiation for Shopify probably being the most important part of their lineup to enable their supports. Well, they're going to have it here because they have Storm and they're going to have a very fast blink. So they want to get early smokes set up. They can pretty much run wherever they want. I don't think you have the capability to fight back when you're missing this Chain Frost on Fly, who's just suffering in levels. Gunnar getting run down. My God.
Yeah, he's going to have to use a Remnant jump away here, which is exactly what Saberlight wants. He can't kill the Ember Spirit, but he can kick him out of lane.
Yeah, you're a level 6 Ursa killing satyrs in the jungle. Enemy 5 position runs at you. He's a level higher at 10 minutes. When you start to question what happened.
Yeah,
it's like, guys, this Phoenix was mid, right?
Yeah, they got a support Storm, right?
Yeah,
he's not going to have Battle Fury for some time.
I mean, I guess Ursa's... We have seen this hero perform a little better in this patch, I'd say, from these types of positions. But it's not the best form.
No. Yuma does manage to hold his nerve and hold off on using Enrage there.
The hero's Roche progression is what really suffers when you're in this position. Like, he can get a Battle Fury, he can come back off Ancients, he can find the levels in the net worth, but you never get the Roshan because the enemy team is in a position where they usually steal it from you, and that's what feels bad. Then you have to play Ursa into an Aegis. And it's not just about you not having one, it's like you have to jump a team that has this frontliner with 2 lives, and the hero's about single target burst, so it just ends up feeling awful in the mid-game fights. That is what Yuma's gonna have to go up against here, and it shifts more of the weight towards Stormer to start finding some pickoffs, putting XP into his team's pocket as another power rune.
Dude, how many? He's lost so many 50-50s in a row.
My
this is
God.
just going awful for Stormer.
I feel like all these runes have been great for Yopaj too.
Yeah.
He'll pocket a shield rune as his HP has come up a decent amount here off the Falcon Blade plus Strength Treads. 1500 at 12 minutes for the Storm.
Oh,
so
look at this. They're going to smoke right into the techies, who already lays out the mines, so they can't even go for the kill onto the techies.
The moves are just so constricted right now. And a lot of it's this offlane Ember. Like, you can't go to Gunnar and do anything with him.
Nope.
So where are you moving, right?
They're literally planting a flag on their tier 1 tower. It's like, I own this area. There's nothing you could do about it.
Huh? Somewhere Seb would be proud.
How do you feel about techies now, by the way? You're a notorious techies hater.
What? I wouldn't say notorious. I think justified is the word I would use. I mean, the puck should be okay. Or is he?
Does have a coil if he can get away from this, but they need to gain the stuns, and not even the save from Fly is going to be enough. The Chain Frost does do some damage here, but again, the Ember Spirit doesn't really offer anything for them, so it's just 2 cores, or 2 supports rather, trying to get away. Saberlight will hit the second blink stun initiation to get that kill. They do manage to get the kill onto Saberlight in return, though, so a bad trade-off there for Shopify as they continue to dive forward. But if they can kill Gunner, it's okay. The Remnant away should place him in perfectly fine safety. Arteezy will take the tower in the meantime, though. Nobody's here to defend anyway.
Paj just heads back mid looking for his next power rune at 14 minutes. No, he wants it. All right, they're going to contest this one. Stormstormer's done messing around.
Certainly doesn't have the damage, but the funny part is he didn't go top immediately. Chance that Thea Liqueur. Oh, nice light chains. Otherwise, Thea Liqueur would have taken that one away. There is a lot of mines. If Stormstormer jumps into this one, double mines popping off. Gunner gets low. Can they get the kill on him? They do. The final little farewell from Thea Liqueur himself gets the kill. They'll chase down Fly here, but good interception from Stormstormer, disrupting some of the damage from Kitrak. And even a rotation coming out from Yuma. Felt like he was maybe needed up here. Big difference between these two carries. Arteezy was just chilling bottom. He's like, I'm not going anywhere, man.
I think he's right to do that, though, with the start he's had. He is just going to be an absolute beast at like the 20-21 minute mark. And Stormstormer's doing some work in these fights. I mean, he had this early Witchblade. He's dealing the damage. They just don't have the connected follow-up yet. Just finished the Mage Slayer on Gunner, so now his impact goes up a decent amount. Still, this is a lineup that wants to be winning the skirmishes starting around now. Like when these four heroes combine, you want to be picking the Storm off, shutting down his momentum. So far, Shopify just a little too tanky. The extra items and levels they've had. Fine, Fly again.
An easy pickup.
Hey,
what do you think about Troll, the Maelstrom build? I have not seen this very much. Now, I know it's a thing. I know like Ame was building Maelstrom Mjolnir Rush, but I think most people are still building Battle Fury. How do you feel about the difference between those two options?
I think Maelstrom is a very good item this patch, and I feel like Battle Fury is a okay item.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'd rather see Maelstrom than Battle Fury. I think Mjolnir is also a very good item. As long as you can stay alive, I think it will do more for you, and your farm rate doesn't really suffer outside of maybe Ancient stack clearing is like slightly more efficient. I just think Maelstrom, the way the buildup works now, and the fact it gives you like built-in damage attack speed plus the extra proc is pretty damn nice. I don't think Arteezy's net worth is suffering here as he's top of the board, level 13, Mjolnir finished at the 16-minute mark. That has got to be one of the fastest in his career. He is living life. This is also a build that gives you...
What would you have to say in his career?
Oh, what do you mean? I'm just saying, like, in the 10 years he's been playing Dota.
It sounds like it's fast for him, maybe not for other people, but...
No, that wasn't a flame. I'm saying, like... I've been watching this guy play Dota for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen him go first item Mjolnir on anything.
No, certainly not.
That's the future. The future's here, son. And it's 90 attack speed at 15 minutes. He's gonna get them fervor stacks up. I think
it's kind of interesting that it offers Troll a different damage source, as we see the immediate Mjolnir active being used there. Try and keep some of these heroes away. They do have a lot of small instances of damage. Biggest one coming there from the Ember Spirit.
I mean, the Mjolnir is definitely better versus the Frost Armor.
Yep.
Than the Battle Fury would be. I guess you can also argue like the AoE Lightning is better versus hitting the Ursa and proccing on other people than the Battle Fury Cleave would be. I don't know. That's a weird. I don't know if I'd make that argument in good faith, but.
Do you think he still goes Aghanim Scepter? Because now he, as you said, you kind of have an answer to Frost Shield. Do you continue to counter that idea? I mean, Ags is really not that bad all around.
Honestly, Yopaj forcing the issue with an Orchid.
Jumped out of the bushwhack just in time, and that kills Stormstormer as a result. Beautiful Chain Frost, though, keeps going and ends up bringing down Yopaj. A 1-for-1 trade-off. Both mids now gone, but Arteezy, with the completed Mjolnir, is charging forward. They're trying to keep him away from Gunner right now. Gunner slowed down, has one more Remnant, but he's slowed. The Remnant's not going to go far, but thanks to a Glimmer, he'll have just enough time to get away. He's fine. Shopify not able to get the full wipe that they're looking there for. I mean, that looked like kind of one of those moves where you get a few kills and take mid tower, but thanks to Fly with his great Chain Frost, he stopped all of that.
I was also slight chains from Gunner. just the Ember and Lich being in the right position. Chains is level 4 now. No Flame Guard early makes this spell a lot more impactful in the early fights. Just double chained him down. They had one lucky bounce of the egg, but Yopaj ate the rest of it. That was his Orchid reveal. That was an important move to counter if you're Nouns. That stabilized a lot of the game here. And suddenly you're not looking too bad after what was a rough start, right? This 3k gold lead existed in like 4 minutes. And now we're getting 20, it's the same. So your Ursa's catching up. Your Ember is now getting to a point where he has his items. Like, he has Mage Slayer, he has Veil. This is a decent power point for Gunnar to make his impact felt in this game.
I was just gonna say this point right here where Arteezy's heading, I think that's the difference maker, right? It's like things are stagnating. The biggest thing is that they need to make sure they do not let this Ursa back into the game by giving him a Roshan kill. So they're gonna make the effort to take it before it switches over to Radiant side.
And this is where Mjolnir can shine. It's the farming and untouched speed, you know? When the troll's not touched, he's a god with this itemization. It's like an alchemist. Light. So Arteezy is in PvE heaven right now.
Smoke gank meanwhile onto Theolacor. Oh! Killed Stormstormer. Stormstormer braving for more minds by diving. It actually caught on the way out. Saberlight read him like a book, knew exactly where he was heading for that one. Wow, what a combo play of Theolacor and Saberlight.
There's just nowhere for Stormstormer to go. Mines in one direction, Centaur reading him like a book in the other. What are you supposed to do? And that is a bad kill to give up here, as it's going to signal Shopify to just collapse onto mid if they want to here. They have an Aegis on Yopaj. That did not go to Arteezy. So this Storm, he is ready to get hyper aggressive right now. Start taking names. With the Orchid. This is going to be a deadly timing for Shopify if they can combine. Oh, he went. All right, he went Eternal Shroud on Saberlight. I thought he was going to maybe finish this Shiva's first to amp up the magic damage they have on their whole lineup, but he just wants to be tankier. Can't blame him. I mean, this is a great Shroud game. He's a great Shroud hero. He's going to be very tanky in the fights. As, I mean, outside of Ursa, who is doing any physical damage in this Nouns lineup?
Yeah, and how does the Ursa end up challenging the Centaur when there's so much threat behind him?
And it's going to be that first item Ags for Artur. You named it. It's coming. Or, you know, first item after his farming item. So he's going to be able to dispel a lot here. He's going to remove some of the Lich. Chains, all the stuff.
Stormstormer dead a second time. Just not able to really get any headway. He's just... And look at that, like, immediately Saberlight's like, well, I'm not going to let them touch mid-tower. I'm already addressing that. So they're off of pickoffs like these. Nouns just really don't have anywhere to farm.
So a little Tormentor by Artur will give Kid Track the shard as well. That's a damn good shard to get here. Nice pickup for the Phoenix. Yeah. So that Orchid for Yopaj paid off. This Mjolnir for Arteezy, I feel like it's paid off. He's just gotten free solo objectives between the Roche almost soloing it and this Tormentor. Yuma will try and match him. Almost killed himself, but does get the job done. Another nice shard.
Yeah, it's another good one. They have a fresh BKB on Ursa. I know you don't want to force anything against this Aegis. You got 2.5 minutes, but it kind of feels like you've reached a window. You're kind of strong. Time to see if it's at all worth it. They lose the tier 2 tower. See if they can punish him. Get the reveal, but man, he has the Eternal Shroud, plus he has the Lotus, but it's all not enough with Yuma being able to commit with a BKB. They're going to be immediately jumping onto the mines. Gunnar gets blown up.
Did not respect the high ground defense of the techies on his own side of the map. I mean, don't go up the hills, man. They're not your friend.
Theolacor definitely has an MO here, which is setting up triple or quadruple mines on high grounds and just waiting for people to stumble into it. And Stormseer is a great hero to take advantage of that. Long zip in, an additional pull into the mines. Looks pretty good.
Nasty. There's no real answer to it other than you just tank it up. It's some decent zone control.
Looks like Arteezy has made the call, a lot of drawing on the map, but it seems like he wants to sweep up the top, if that's how I understand it. And Saberlight saying he'll push top in, so they can maybe sandwich something.
Yeah, one smoke to the core. Did get broken on Yopaj by the slight, but I don't think Gunnar saw it. I'm gonna try and catch. This is designed to catch Yuma somewhere on an ancient camp. Looks like they will. He does not have BKB for 15 seconds.
Yuma
But it's
gets
Arteezy
vision
leading
of
the
it.
smoke.
Yeah,
Kind
that's
of awkward.
pretty awkward.
Should result in a tier 1 regardless, and some triangle control, so the smoke is not useless. They can get the vision down as well. Damn, if you're nouns, like, what are you waiting for in a sense, right? Because you want this Yule's Blink on Stormstormer. His game lost a lot of momentum off those 2 deaths.
Yuma 50 HP. Almost died. There was another mine that did not pop. Quadruple mines just by itself almost killed him.
I mean, nouns aren't even close to finding the fight. They're just battling the NPCs on the map right now and losing that battle. It is a struggle out here. This Aegis has done its job. Expiring in 15 seconds for Yopaj. He's going to force the issue on the Gunner.
And he's got an Arcade. The Gunner has no way to stop it, just hoping that the Mage Slayer will slow down the damage enough, and he gets off the Flamethrower, but it's the physical damage that cuts him down. Over the side, though, Saberlight, big Chain Frost bouncing thanks to that shard. Still not enough. The damage, though, the magic resistance is so much. Yuma's now going to commit, but he has this Supernova right in his face. He has to deal with that one. Can't go over the Centaur, but now he's running out of resources. No Enrage. BKB does nothing for you against the Troll, and Arteezy just wipes through the team with a triple kill.
God damn, this Centaur. He's a beefy ass boy. That was a finish Shiva's there on top of the Shroud. I mean, we saw like 6,700 damage done by nouns. I feel like probably 5k of that went into Saberlight and he didn't even die.
Yeah.
Just maxing out the armor here, even the Dragon Scale doing some work. That is the problem with these heroes. You can build some of these early fighting items, but if you don't get to use them, the EHP threshold just gets out of control very fast. You're looking at a 4.0 strength gain on a hero with 30 armor, and attack speed slow, extra shroud buffs. And the plus side of all this is you're pouring Sunray into him, an amazing percent damage or percent heal spell. And it's one of the greatest targets for Arteezy to throw an early Mjolnir charge on.
Oh, yeah.
So like it makes this Centaur a nightmare to go on. And that was a solo catch with a max Chain Frost bounce on the Ice Spire. Doesn't really get much better than that, outside of, I guess, Yuma being on top of him from the start. That's who they needed there.
Yeah. That's why it was also pretty close to level 12. That could have made a difference. They're trying again on the Centaur. Have to question whether this is going to work with the Sunray in the back, healing him up. They almost finished him off. The Yule Scepter to stop him now. The turnaround. They can still maybe keep...
Or Yopaj. And the jump has started.
Yopaj just jumping in deep, immediately going for the supports. Found him too. Fly almost dead already. Does manage to get off the Chain Frost, but Arteezy has BKB. Only struck once by that Chain Frost. Supernova does manage to go off, so Yuma's stuck in the middle of nowhere. He's going to try and deal with the egg. He may not even get that as Yopaj interrupts him. Can't even finish off a support in that mix. Nouns are just completely done in this game. It looks like they really have no way to be able to fight Shopify in this kind of team fight. You could see 22k net worth up now, and Shopify are going to take the second Roshan of the game. So if Nouns, they want to keep this going, it's going to be the long haul, Turtle, and some crazy late game.
Eternal Shroud for Artur here. I mean, magic resistance, it's a hell of a drug, right? I mean, what are you going to do to this troll? It just becomes invincible versus a 4 magic dealer lineup on the noun side. Gotta respect the itemization here, and the itemization for the supports did work in that fight. Yuma jumped the Ola Core trying to burst down an easy techies. Well, he has Greaves, Glimmer, Ghost Scepter. Couldn't kill him. Turns around, tries to jump Kitrak. Kitrak uses him before he casts Egg. So this Ursa spends 2 seconds in the air, tries to finish off the egg, doesn't have enough time. Just instant blows up. There's too many kiting mechanisms here. The supports are way too rich for Shopify Rebellion here, as they're going to run it down the lane on the back of a very tanky, very deadly troll who is yet to be answered. Look at him go.
Yeah, there's not much to stop him. They could break him to slow down the damage a little bit. Beautiful stomp there from Saberlight. Should be able to catch. Oh, Fly actually, nice turnaround. Does have to control. They got a bash, but Yopaj is able to get up the BKB and zip his way out of there. Arteezy, they're going to keep trying to kite him around, but a lot of these disables are easily cleansed. Guess you can't cleanse the building.
That's right. His build is useless against these structures outside of killing them anyway.
Well, time is the ultimate counter. Wait it out. Eventually that frost shield fades, and Arteezy is on to the next round of buildings. Nouns trying to find a crack in this armor of Shopify. He's got the shard too, so look, it's just like a Luna. He's hitting buildings, but he's also dishing out damage to anybody who gets close.
Rolls out of control, man.
You're gonna try again here with the shot from the Hoodwink, where the BKB goes off this time from Arteezy, and they initiate. Supernova out on the side with the initiation of both Saberlight and Yopaj catching the back line, keeping him inside the Supernova range.
Right,
while Arteezy pushes forward. Lacour trying to help him out here. Doesn't quite land the stuns. Yuma will survive, and Arteezy may find his first Aegis burned out, but it's Nouns who are losing members. Don't have a buyback on Gunner now. 4 heroes.
Oh, another 2-man.
Once again from Saberlight, and Yopaj will immediately follow that one up, trying to get the kill onto the Ursa. Yuma once again will manage to get himself back to the fountain, but this is his 3rd trip back to the fountain in one fight.
Nowhere left to run, as this game is going to get closed out here on the back of Heart from Saberlight. This Centaur has been a tough target to go on. They did not have good choices. Yuma will find somebody. Artur does not care.
Buyback from Kitrak. He's
And
like, wow, you're not going to keep me up. I'm not going to call it before they even go for the final blow. They know they're being bled out right now, so.
Yeah, this game just got out of control. I mean, you got to write it off and go game 2. You started that game going into lanes down 1100 gold. Did not get much better from there, as your side lanes were kind of on paper to start out. So when you put yourself in a position like that, you are really on the back foot. You got to make up a lot of ground. I feel like Stormstorm had a pretty decent start, but he had like no real way to translate it into anything. Puck has this like lull in the early to mid game transition, right? Where what is your second item? What does it do? Your damage kind of falls off a bit. You have a Witchblade. That's about it. He ends this game 1-10 on the puck, but I can't really blame him for it because who is he supposed to go on here? The 8,000 effective HP Centaur at 20 minutes, the Storm with second item BKB, the Troll with an Aegis for half the game. I mean, it just got way out of control. So back to the drawing board here for Nouns is Shopify continue to not drop a single map this entire qualifier run.
Yeah, looking very good. Looking much better than they did a week ago when they played up against Nouns in that upper bracket semifinals of Bedboom and got 2-1 there and never managed to make it back into the grand finals in the first place after losing to Heroics. So this is a chance for revenge. They already got it once in the semifinals, and they're going to see if they can get it here in the grand finals in this best of 5. But we may be in it for a long series. We'll see whether or not Nouns is able to bring something back together. We're going to take a break because we have this full best of 5 to play out. So that's just game 1. Be sure to come back. We'll be back up with Nouns versus Shopify game 2 in not too long.